Counselor? There's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories,
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya. Hey, happy campers. Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode where we read listener-submitted stories brought to you by listeners like you.
Thank you. It's a beautiful day in the city here. It is like 75 degrees out, full sun, slight breeze, and I have this impending doom and guilt on my heart because all I want to do is just stay inside.
Because it's incredibly hot, or just to laze about?
I'm feeling so lazy, and I have such a guilt staying inside and not enjoying the warm weather when it's nice out.
Well, I also want to say, here at Camp Shady Birch, like the weather is always great. It's the warm days aren't too hot, but when we're not at Camp Shady Birch and in Brooklyn, there's a really small window of when the weather is nice, and then when it's like way too hot and thick and stinky.
And it's nice out, and I feel like we're not using our full potential these days. But I just don't want to be at it today. I just want to watch Housewives. I'm sorry about it.
That's okay. You're allowed to.
Yeah.
You're like, yep, so we're gonna sit inside, and that's what we're gonna do. And what are you gonna do about it out there? So yeah, if you guys want us to show up to the tennis games, it better be indoors.
Yeah, or just live stream it.
Yeah, or just live stream it so we can watch it from our cabin.
We always gotta have a little intro for you guys, but it doesn't matter because we don't have to worry about our intro so much because we have a great group of stories for you brought to you by the campers.
We're going to get talking about.
I don't know. My first story is a camper who maybe unintentionally made her teacher change career paths.
You've had a lot of teacher stories recently.
They always tickle my tits.
Yeah. I've got a hot and heavy night with a rock star who had an interesting secret.
Hope it's Brett Michaels. And a camper's outdoorsy first date that turned into a nightmare at the gas station.
And a tale that will knock the pasties right off your yabbos.
Oh, it's going to be a good episode regardless of how bad that intro was.
Let's get into it.
This is a really big secret. Thank God we're on a body of water. This is Confession Canoe. Welcome back to Confession Canoe. Grab your oar and confess to Father John, Father Zach. We will do our best to give you advice. Just trying something new there, guys.
We're not giving advice on this one.
Oh, you're right. Listening. What am I talking about?
Which is all of it. Every segment.
Get into it, campers.
Get into it.
Because the two of us are brain dead. No, thank God. Because thank God we're not recording a real episode today. Like this is like you guys drive these episodes, so I can just show up and just react.
Yeah.
No, this is a good one. This is really great stories. So my first confession canoe. Hey, sassy counselors. First and foremost, love you both. A few months back, you actually read one of my stories.
Oh.
The one about the hominid while camping. I think that was the one where she was in the tent.
And there was a spirit.
Yeah. To this day.
Or there was the one of the girl. I don't think that was camping where she was locked in the bathroom that didn't lock.
That was like a skinwalker story. And I think.
Not the skidwalker.
No, I said skinwalker.
Oh, I thought you said skid because it was a bathroom.
No, I think it was the other one because that one wasn't. That was like more of like a cabin in the woods. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. To this day, you reading that story is still my biggest flex. You both are the absolute best. And thank you for filling my commutes with so much joy and laughter. Well, thank you. And you've gotten picked twice. So you are a good writer and a good storyteller. So This is a great one.
Thanks for writing in.
Now on to my stupid ass story, which was inspired by a Trail Mix episode a couple weeks ago. Also slay that you've been doing these as I legit live for them and love all my camper colleagues.
Oh, I love
the term camper colleagues. Like we all here are clocked in.
Yeah, we're not just fellow campers. We're camper colleagues.
Yeah.
We're showing up. We're giggling. We're putting in the effort. But at the same time, we're lazing a boot.
It's a white collar business. All right, let's set the scene. I was in 7th/8th grade, split class that was run by the best teacher ever. Shout out to Miss Stokes. About halfway through the year, she introduced a new student teacher.
Wait, quick question. Did you ever have classes like that?
They were split, no.
We had them in elementary school, but not in middle school. We had 4th and 5th grade classes.
No, not this.
That was Matt Skiba's mom from
Paramore.
No, from Alkaline Trio. The main singer of Alkaline Trio / Blink-182 taught me long division.
Yeah,
I'm still not good at it.
Have you reached out to her lately on Facebook?
No, I feel like I've been trying to get a hold of some of my teachers, but they just are too hard to find. They're like, we don't remember you. Think about how many years it's been, and we've had so many students since. And I'm sorry, I probably wasn't that memorable. Well, I guess I was like the zesty kid, and they all knew that.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
I think teachers remember their students.
I should reach out now and be like, if you don't email me back during Pride Month, yeah, please. I'm writing to the local news.
That would be a real crime. I think this is the month to target.
Not blackmailing teachers.
God, if you're gay out there, guys, off season, target your teachers this month.
Don't do it. No, we have so many teachers who listen. We love you, teachers. Thank you for teaching.
Joking.
Teaching all the time.
Well, the teachers aren't going to like this story.
Oh, God.
So they introduced a new student teacher, Mr. Johnson.
Is this a fake name?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody, Mr. Johnson, but at the same time, it is an actual name, so it could be
maybe Mr. J.
Mr. Johnson was probably 20 years old and the cutest boy me and my girlfriends had ever met.
Oh my God, hot teachers.
Aside from being so dreamy, he was also cultured, as he had been to Japan once and hosted a Japanese day at our basic ass little public school in the middle of nowhere, Ontario. A culture day.
Okay.
Already got two. Anyways, my girlies and I loved him, and since he was the most exotic thing we'd ever crossed paths with, our 12-year-old selves used to horribly tease him because obviously we're all going to marry him.
Wait, is he Japanese?
No, I think he just like went to Japan once and was like, I can like lead a lesson plan about Japanese culture, and they're like, oh my God.
I remember when my French teacher told us she went to France, it was just like, oh, this is the closest I've been to Paris in my entire life. Is it anything like Ratatouille?
Yeah, and this is like 7th and 8th grade, so like they're into him, they're bullying him because they like him, which is always
why do we do that?
It also feels like, not to like target, but it also feels like mostly girls do that when they're that age.
Yeah,
I think boys are just like picking their nose and like punching each other, and then girls are like, you're an idiot. I love him so much.
I love him so much.
Anyways, in hindsight, it was brutal and cringe. Every morning, he'd share the announcements for our class, and my friends and I always acted up and made fun of him. You name it.
No.
Between imitating his voice to just goofing off, we gave him a hard time out of admiration for him.
Oh, no, but this is like hardcore bullying.
He dealt with it like a boss until my friends and I came up with a new nickname for him. Oh, it's vicious.
Girl.
Since he was a student teacher, aka a teacher in training, which we started calling him a tit. Teacher in training, they called him tit.
Camper.
Every day. Well, this is Confession Canoe.
It's This is, you know, this is a safe space, and it's cringe, and we're reflecting, but I'm really digesting.
Yeah, but this is like, you're coming here to cleanse your sins and to get it off your chest. I'm not upset. I think we're all doing a group confession here.
Yeah.
So every day he'd come in and we go out of our way to hit a high tit, or who listened to a tit and die of laughter. I know, it's vicious. We thought we were so funny. Anytime he'd do an announcement, teach a class, or host a special, whatever, believe me when I say our group of 12-year-old friends would go out of our way to bring up and scream, you're a tit to him. First of all, where is the main teacher? Because you said that you loved Miss Stokes. Miss Stokes, first of all, stop this. Like,
yeah,
step up, Miss Stokes.
Miss Stokes, step up, please.
Yeah. About halfway through like the second semester, I guess, he quit. And they lost out on the most gorgeous TI student they'd ever had. So he quit half of the year.
I wonder why.
Eventually, when I got to high school, I ended up in a class run by his dad.
Oh my God, daddy.
Without giving too much away, I asked about his son one day. Hey, I think I might know Mr. Johnson. Is that any relation there? Hey, why did he leave, by the way? And the guy's like, he went out to explain how his son just wasn't cut out to teach and moved across country to tree plant. What's so that? Canada. I don't know. That's so.
Oh,
Canada.
to plant trees.
Yeah, but I love that you wouldn't say like, oh, he went to go plant trees. No, he went to go tree plant.
Yeah, I thought that was the name of the city, Tree Plant Canada.
It seems so government funded. It seems so important.
Yeah, it seems so Clean Air Act.
Literally, that is big clean air, and you have to hire people to tree plant. Was this because of my psycho crush me and my friend had on him, or something else? I'll never know. Yours truly, in love with a tit in cabin 9. Kimber, I love you, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you were a big factor in the reason why student teaching wasn't for him. He's like, I'm not clocking in to be berated.
And be called a tit.
I know you guys are creative. It's cringe and you got it off your chest and we're going to forgive you for it. But I just need you to acknowledge that it is probably the reason why he doesn't teach anymore. So.
Oh, I too have a confession. Canoe.
Back to back.
Yes. Okay. Counselors, I've got a confession. It's finally time to get in the canoe. I love that.
She's like, I'm not getting in the canoe otherwise.
Okay. I was in my early 20s living in Queens and having the best summer Saturday at a beer garden with tons of friends, live music, beer flowing, no wrinkles yet. What could be better?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, summer Saturday.
What we should do.
Yeah, this is what my guilt feels. We should be at a beer garden. Oh my God. See, maybe we should leave. Anyways, sorry.
Maybe we should, honestly. Okay, so we're having a great day. We're having a good time. We're kikiing summer Saturday. Then it happened as it always does. One of the band members playing on stage started looking pretty cute. Another beer.
As it always does. As it always does. I love that. As it always. Yes, it does, Camper. It always does.
Another beer. Very cute.
Go off, girl.
My rose-colored glasses are now fully on, and my sights are set on this blonde man bun hipster. I am cringing writing this out already. Okay, long story short, I flirted my way into his vicinity. A rare win for this gal. I should have known. Won him over pretty quickly, and we spent the rest of the night drinking, laughing, flirting, and he hung out with my group of friends after the set. Oh my God, that's cool. It's like you're in a band. It's like, that's, you rock.
Where's the after party?
Yeah. Can I play with your man bun? The bar was shutting down, and by this time, everyone I was with had quite a few amount of drinks. Yeah, so everybody's like plastered. Like, just let's say, call it what it is.
Safe space.
It was time to head home. Mr. Man Bun and I quietly decided he might head home with me, and we set off for my apartment. I'll leave this part up for the imagination. Camper, you dirty dog.
Something tells me that Man Bun was undone to the full wild mane.
Oh, come on, Tarzan. In the morning, I awoke next to this now quite smelly man in my bed. The BO was BOing.
Oh, he was stinky. Well, he played a full show.
Yeah, in the hot summer heat. Yeah, I was going to make a heat joke, but I'm just going to... I'll leave that up to the imagination.
She was in heat for sure.
On top of that, I was immediately hungover. I get up,
oh my God,
collected myself, and brushed my teeth as he continued to sleep in my bed. So then the camper goes on to say that they had somewhere that they had to be and they didn't want to like leave this guy just chilling in the apartment. So it's like,
also get up. If you don't live there, get up. I don't have to like be rude about it. Like, get up.
Get up. There's no way that you weren't half awake when our camper gets up out of bed. Like, you're up. Please just get out of the bed. The rose-colored glasses were long gone at this point. I had to get him out of my bed and out of my apartment. Who was once a cool, go-with-the-flow lead singer of a band was now a very smelly man in quite dirty clothes in my bed. I woke him up and I told him that I had somewhere I had to be if he didn't mind getting up. Then things got weird. He asked if he could hang out at the apartment without me. No. Then he asked if I had any food. No.
Oh, he's like a bum.
And then he was like, can I use your shower?
Well, that's fine.
And she was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he said, I live in a Nicaraguan-style hut at Rockaway Beach with a few chickens. That sentence I will never forget for the rest of my life.
Wait, let's unpack that for a minute. We're not gonna breeze over that. A Nicaraguan-styled hut in Rockaway Beach that chickens live in?
With a few chickens, yeah. Maybe he was referring to his bandmates.
Where are these huts on Rockaway Beach?
That's what I'm confused as to what he's saying with that.
What is that? They don't zoning for that there.
No, maybe he's homeless. But he's in a...
What a creative way to reframe a homeless camp.
You know what?
It's a Nicaraguan styled hut with a few chickens on Rockaway Beach. How could you? I need to look that up. I'm going to look it up while you keep reading.
After a few more back and forths, I realized who I thought was a hot rock star the night before was now taking full advantage of using my apartment. Finally, we parted ways. Thanks for listening. Signed, the Girl Scout scrubbing her skin in shower stall 3.
Oh, so I'm getting one of these. I'm seeing a lot of like a
thatch roof.
It doesn't look so bad.
Well, is he like a super hipster with an electric guitar?
Yeah, but I'm really hung up on Rockaway Beach. This isn't Panama.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what are you? How does he even have that? Anyways, that was gross. He was piggy, but you were having fun, and that's a really good story. And as long as you didn't get an STD, like, you got him out.
Yeah, and he was nice. We moved on with our day, and you have a great story, and I'm sure you weren't complaining about what was filling in our imagination. So there's that.
Send it to me, Rachel.
This episode of Camp Counselors is sponsored by BetterHelp. Time to check in, campers. The year is flying by, and I know you have accomplished so much. And when life goes so fast, it's important to take a moment to celebrate your wins and make adjustments for the rest of the year. Therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months. Personally, I've learned so much in therapy. Not only have I learned how to set boundaries and form better relationships with others, but I also learned how to set and achieve my goals. Considering the fact that most of the time it is hard for me to see past a Friday night, but through therapy, I've been able to take a second and map out my next steps to reach that next win. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's done entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So take a moment. Visit betterhelp.com/camp to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/camp. Picture this: rooftop infinity pool, crafted cocktails, cool cuisine, chill vibes. Sound like vacation goals? We think so. Hyatt Vivid Grand Island in Cancun is waiting. Experience Mexico's all-new, all-inclusive, adults-only resort and live your best life. Try a hands-on macrame making class, make friends at our boho chic beach club, or take in the views from the longest rooftop pool in Cancun. Visit HyattVividResorts.com for awesome grand opening rates. That's HyattVividResorts.com.
Scary stories around the campfire.
A double scary story, a double scary story. We had another. We didn't go. We said that, and they were like, "We'll just go for it." This is a double scary story.
It's giving double toil and trouble.
It's giving double feature at the drive-in.
Wait a damn minute.
Maybe I'll talk about the main show. I have thoughts about the drive-in. That's for a Wednesday.
That's for a Wednesday. Okay.
But you know what's for a Monday? A double scary story. Is yours scary, or is yours more like just whoa?
I don't remember. Let me look over. Oh, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I think we both have two embarrassing ones.
Yeah.
Can I go first?
Please do.
Hi, camp counselors.
Hi, camper.
First off, I'd like to say that you make me cackle and like we've been besties for life. Zach, your New England mother humor kills me as a Massachusetts girl. I sent all of your mom videos to my parents as I relate so hard. I hope that my embarrassing story makes you laugh as you guys continuously put a smile on my face.
Let's do it.
I've read this and it did make me laugh. All right, let's take it back to the summer of 2014. I had just graduated high school and was excited to head off to college in the fall. I had such an amazing summer full of everything a teenager could dream of. Rope swings, night swimming, staying out till 3 a.m., fires in the woods, trips to the beach with friends blasting music.
Oh my God, I know what they were blasting. Sia just came out with Chandelier that summer.
I was thinking more like a Drake Views album.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, like I'm blam for real. I might just say how I feel. That might have been 2016. I'm not even sure. But this was like the summer after she graduated. It's like, that's a really iconic summer.
Yeah, it's like, don't know where we're going to go with this, but we're rolling with it, baby.
I have not seen the show, but truly that was the summer I turned pretty. Like, I'm not joking. I felt really pretty after I graduated high school. Anyways, she literally wrote anyways. In our group of friends that summer. Oh no, I skipped ahead there. No, anyways, in our group of friends that summer, there was one particular guy that I had a huge crush on.
Was it Chad?
Let's call him Troy.
Troy.
Oh my God. Well, Troy Bolton, I guess.
Yeah.
Troy was really into hiking, and I was just becoming an outdoorsy hipster myself. So he texted me asking if I'd like to join him on a hike.
Yeah, absolutely. I love hiking. I've been walking ever since I could remember.
Yeah, so it just is a perfect fit. Of course, I was over the moon and said yes, not taking into consideration the day he picked would be 90 degrees out.
Ooh.
The day came and he picked me up. The hike was pretty challenging. And it included scrambling over rocks and boulders, and I stupidly only brought a small bottle of water, which I downed pretty early on in the hike.
Oh.
So we did a hike on a hot day, a scramble, and I was dying. Like, it is no joke when it's a hot hike.
That's really irresponsible of him. That's like such an annoying date idea. It's 90 degrees. Let's hike.
Yeah.
Through scrambled eggs.
Troy also didn't have much water.
Okay, so he was ill prepared.
Yeah. I tried to control my dog-like open mouth panting to make it seem like I was doing fine and didn't need a break. Then she said, no, then I said, so me. No, I get it, because you're on a date and you don't want to look weathered.
But going through a hike this day, you just know by the end of it, you're not going to look cute. You're not going to smell cute. You're not going to feel cute.
It was a
so
bad
you
idea.
just like got to be comfortable with this person. You're going to be letting farts out left and right. You can't really control a lot of what's happening with your body.
Well, they made it to the top, thank God. And we enjoyed the view for a few minutes before heading back down. Again, with no water this time.
But back down is easier.
It's not though. It's still a lot of like focus and like locking your knees and your ankles, and it's like, don't fall.
Oh my God, the one time when we were doing it, we had to go from like tree to tree because going up was such a pain in the deck, but coming down, it was like, you can't control your body. You're just like really flying through the woods.
Yeah, it's fast, but it's still tiring. We finally got to the part of the hike that leads down a gravel road to the parking lot when I started getting dizzy and feeling myself swaying from side to side. I got into his car and immediately felt sick to my stomach. We started driving home and the waves of nausea rolled over me.
Oh my God.
I didn't dare tell him I was sick, but I couldn't even manage a conversation with him. At one point, he turned some music on, and it was so painful to listen to that I slammed the off button and took my shirt and put it over my eyes as I rolled down his window to get some air.
Oh my God, she is dying.
She's dying. And like, you know, when you're overstimulated, it's like, I need silence. Like,
yeah, I just need a minute. Crank the AC.
It's the first date, and she's like slamming his radio off. She's like, not now, okay? I was so desperate at this point, I took an old banana peel and stuck it out the window to cool it down and slapped it on my forehead as a makeshift ice pack.
That is so creative.
When I read that, I thought I would never even think to do that, but I can see it.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're in it and you're like,
it.
all you're thinking about is how you could not feel like what you feel. You see a dead, nasty banana peel. How am I going to make it colder? Out the window, and you just your body just goes into
she's in survival.
Autopilot. My God.
At this point, Troy noticed something was up. He asked if I wanted to pull over at a gas station.
Wait, I'm sorry. At this point, he noticed something is up. So he's not that observant, and two, you're putting a banana peel on your forehead.
I think he knows, but I think like they're both just trying to get through it, and it's a first date, so he's not trying to like make her feel bad about it, but he's like, okay, like you're slapping banana to the face.
Troy, this was your idea. Treat her like a human being.
So she says, sure. I mumbled as I felt a different sensation now coming over me. I was going to shit my pants.
Oh,
her body's like shutting down. This is bad. Like, no, seriously, like this is like a medical issue now. Like her body is in full stress and panic. It's like, so
she needs hospice.
Not hospice.
She needs help.
She needs help. Troy pulled into the gas station and I threw open the car door and ran inside to unfortunately find out that they didn't have a public restroom.
She threw up on the car door?
No, she like threw open the door.
Oh.
They only had a porta potty outside.
I'll take what I can get.
Great. I thought this is going to be a great look for me. First date. Troy's car was parked about 4 feet away from the said porta potty.
He is really not picking up on the cues.
And I gave him a squeamish thumbs up and entered the hellhole that was the porta potty, baking in the hot sun.
Oh my God. 90-degree day, and it is really just bacon in there.
I sat down and began my release, hoping to God Troy can't hear me or is wondering what was taking so long.
And you know what, too? That toilet seat where she's sitting is a good like 4 feet from the blue water. Why is it always blue? So it's loud.
After a good 10 minutes, I felt slightly better.
Oh my God, girl, I'm praying for you.
Maybe this wouldn't end so badly after all. This is until I looked to my right at the stripped toilet paper roll that lie barren with no extra in sight. I said a silent prayer. prayed to all the gods, said, please, God, don't make me do this. But yes, I had to do it. There was no other option. Pants still down. I crack open the porta potty door and waved at poor Troy. Confused, he came over. Wait, this part's so good. With just my eyes exposed to the crack, I explained to him that there wasn't any toilet paper and could he please ask the man inside if he could get me more. He obliged and meandered inside, just her eyes peeking through. Please ask the man inside.
And you know she was struggling to even talk. My God, Camper, this is a nightmare. I'm sorry.
He came back out moments later with a knock on the door, my porta potty door.
I would be like, leave it, turn around.
Well, he told me they were out of toilet paper.
No.
And slid through the crack a fat stack of small paper towels from a dispenser, probably found next to the hot dogs and soda fountain.
Oh my God. He could have bought something. I'm sorry. They've got to have napkins for sale. They've got to have paper towels for sale. They have to have something.
He's trying. We can't blame him right now.
We're in this situation because of Troy. I'm blaming Troy.
I thanked him and took the paper towels, wiping my ass with the roughage.
Not the roughage.
She wrote that. Finally, the torturous experience was over, and I left the porta potty a new and darker woman.
Yeah, something died with her that day.
You can probably guess the ride home was a bit quiet, and Troy and I never ended up dating. But it's a favorite story among my friends of the day. I got heat stroke and still chuckle telling it to this day.
Is that what it was? Heat stroke.
All my love, an endless supply of toilet paper, the camper sucking down ice pops and Pedialyte in cabin number 3. I love at the end I really believe she was experiencing heat stroke. Like her body was in just full shock from like the dehydration and like the overexertion of thing. Like it was just, you really had a domino effect of terrible things happening to you. And it just happened to be a first date. Like this is one of the worst first dates I've ever read. And the way you wrote it was so brilliant. So thank you for sharing that horrible experience. I know campers are out there laughing with you.
It didn't happen for nothing. We're giggling now.
Oh my God.
But that's
so iconic. You know what it really took an iconic turn for me?
What?
With the banana peel.
Yeah.
That was so memorable. And like the eyes peering through the board. Her eye. Please, find me toilet paper. Oh my God, it's so funny. I
picture like from Scooby-Doo, the eyes in the portraits. It's just peeking outside of the porta potty.
In the 90-degree sun. So it's probably 110 in there.
Oh, Camper.
I'm so sorry.
God bless ya.
Hello, my name is Jackie Schimmel. I'm the host of the Bitch Bible Podcast. If you've never listened to the Bitch Bible Podcast, I genuinely feel terrible for you. Because up until this moment, you haven't really been living or experiencing true, untethered, unhinged, morally flexible joy infiltrating your ear canals on a weekly basis. The good news is, there's still time for you, Katie. Buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm about to take you on a real bender for pop culture musings, aggressive social commentary, both piping hot and barely lukewarm takes, plus charisma for days. Make sure you listen to the Bitch Bible Podcast because objectively and unbiasedly, in my very humble opinion, it's the best podcast you will ever listen to. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll guffaw, you'll be appalled. And guess what, Katie? You'll just keep coming back for more. So go listen to the Bitch Bible Podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You're welcome.
Well, that was a good one. Thank you so much for writing in. Do you have a scary story as well?
I have a scary story.
Double feature.
Dear camp counselors, first off, I love you both. You bring me so much joy on my Mondays and Wednesdays, and I love seeing you two thrive. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, on to one of the most embarrassing stories of my life. It was the summer of 2021, and I had just gotten married to an absolute king, which she capitalized the K in king. So I'm like, wait, respect. And most amazing humans I ever met. I love that.
Yay.
We were gearing up for our honeymoon in Mexico, and I was making sure to pack all my risque lingerie and PJs I had received at my bachelorette party, as one does on a honeymoon.
Get freaky.
I had received a pair of beautiful jeweled pasties from one of my girlfriends, and I thought I should wear these the day we arrived to kickstart our romantic getaway. That's fun. I want to wear pasties.
I've never thought to wear a jeweled
There's a rat in the wall. That was scary.
That was scary. What is that? The rat also wants a pair of jeweled pasties.
There's stairs on the other side of this?
Yeah, but that sounded like it was behind. I don't know what that was. That was scaring me. Let's keep going.
Okay, something's
Back
happening.
to the jewel pasties.
Yeah. They were super cute, covering my hoo-has with bright, sparkly gems. A gift to my husband, if you will.
What color are you picturing?
In my head, they're like white, like a classic rhhinestone. What do you think? Are you thinking of a peacock?
I was thinking emeralds around the breast and then rubies around the nipple.
Oh,
like a rose.
Oh my God. I didn't think of bicolor.
I didn't think of just a classic rhinestone.
And that's the fun thing about us here. Like, what is everybody picturing right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I could just see it now. Walking into our honeymoon suite after a long day of travel, ready to christen our room, I take my shirt off and he sees my perfectly bedazzled bosom all for his own.
That's a really fun way to start a honeymoon.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's written really great too. Sounds great, right?
It does.
Well, I hadn't thought it all the way through. A little backstory. Our flight was bright and early. We were having a joint honeymoon with my husband's brother and his wife, who had gotten married 2 weeks after us. Sounds weird, I know, but it was actually so much fun. I don't think that's weird.
I don't think it's fun. If you're like friends with them, it's like, why not? Because you can always do your own thing, but then it's I don't know. I think it's fine.
Yeah, because you're gonna have alone time anyway, so it's like you have
don't share a room, but
yeah, obviously. But I mean, like, you're not gonna be together 24/7. We were very close with both of them, and we were there for an entire week. We only had 2 dinners together and spent 2 days adventuring and drinking with one of our favorite couples, and then the rest of the trip was spent separately enjoying the newlywed life. Perfect.
I think that's perfect. The perfect amount.
Back to our early morning flight. I had decided to put on the pasties that morning to be ready for action as soon as we arrived. It is like 4 a.m. She's packing her stuff and applying the glue to the nipple.
It doesn't matter. She's ready to get rocked.
Yeah,
it's her honeymoon night. Like, go for it.
I love to be prepared. Or so I thought. We got our bags in the car and headed to the airport. We met my brother-in-law and his wife in the security line and proceeded to head through. Not 1 second after I walked through, the X-ray scanner at security starts going off, flashing bright red on the 2 spots on my chest. I froze. Oh no, the pasties. Why hadn't I thought of that?
I wouldn't have thought that either, but that does seem silly to not think how that would pop off, but...
Yeah, it's just because it's suspicious, suspicious material.
What is this woman have on her breast that's going off right now?
Also,
like a piercing?
I'm pretty sure they can just see you naked.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, perfect. They're probably like, what's going on there? The back of every jewel is shiny and metal. Wow, that's heavy. How much are we lugging around? Thank you for answering my questions. I had about 50 on both my breasts.
50?
50.
Oh, she was doing full burlesque.
Mm-hmm.
This is exciting.
I was cursing myself as the security woman gave me a look. I'm going to need you to step aside, ma'am, she says, as I try to tell her what's going on. I whisper to her that I have jeweled pasties on. She gives me the craziest look. You have what on? She makes me repeat it. God damn it. Okay, then we're going to have to go to a separate room so you can be strip searched. I panic. I look over at my husband, brother-in-law, and sister-in-law. They all have puzzled looks on their faces, wondering what the holdup is. They don't know. Nobody knows.
Oh my God.
Not exactly how I thought this morning would go. I follow the woman who informs me that she has to grab another staff member for security reasons, since I would have to be partially naked. Perfect, I thought. Let's get another person in on this mortifying moment.
Yeah, let's get an audience for my strip search. I get why they have to do that, but also it's like, what the fuck?
The woman she gets is much, much, much older. So we go into the standalone room outside of security, and she instructs me to remove my shirt and bra so she can swipe me for bomb residue. I comply, and as I remove my bra, the older woman gasps and crosses her legs, grabs her chest. This is not how you're supposed to react.
What? That is so dramatic. Chill out. Be professional.
She gives me a look telling me I'm an absolute whore. So the look is saying that. Oh. She doesn't say it. She doesn't say it. Oh, if looks could talk. We're on the same page here. At this point, I'm bright red. I'm sweating. I just want this to be over. I tell them both I'm going on my honeymoon and I'm trying to do this fun thing for my husband. The older woman looks at me with disgust and says she, quote, doesn't get it. If by it, she probably means dick. It's like, yeah, maybe try it sometime, bitch. The younger woman laughs and then tells me I need to take the pasties off too. Awesome. Not only are my tits out, but my bare nipples need to be swiped for bomb residue too. I peel them off slowly as to not hurt the delicate skin. And the older woman says again, I just don't get it. Like,
shut up.
Mima, shut up.
This is like so embarrassing. And for someone to validate how embarrassing it is out loud again and again, I'm not getting it. I just don't get it.
It's like, well, okay, I can't take this through security. Why don't you take them? Take them for a spin this weekend. Maybe you'll have some luck, Granny. Frustrated at this point, I become a little more firm. I'm on my honeymoon. These are for my husband when we get to the room. Clearly, I did not think this through, I say as she glares at me and says back, no, you obviously did not. Okay, all done, the younger woman says. I need to run this through the machine, but you can get dressed now. She hands me my bejeweled... Okay, so she gets them back. She hands me my bejeweled pasties and clothes and asks if I need some privacy to get dressed. I look at both women and laugh and say, I mean, you've both seen my bare breasts, but sure, privacy would be great.
Yeah, at that point, what does it matter?
The younger woman chuckles and gives me a warm smile, while the older woman scoffs at me, walks out, and one more time says she doesn't get it.
Again.
I know you don't, I say with irritated tone. I get dressed and I wait for the all clear from security to head out of the room. My group was waiting for me, baffled at what happened. I then have to explain the entire story while my brother and sister-in-law cackle at me. Okay, at least they're like cool about it,
Yeah,
like they're funny.
Hysterical, but it's also like, why would now she has to continue her like a parade of embarrassment? Like, this is not the way to start a honeymoon.
So they're cackling while my sweet husband consoles me. What a sweetie. We head over to the bar. My face is still bright red. I'm sweating. I drink White Claws to calm my nerves. 8 to be exact. Go off. Get the party started. By the time we arrive in Mexico, I'm severely hungover. And when we get to our room, I show my husband my pasties and then I pass out. No christening was done that night.
All that.
It did end up being an epic honeymoon. And I have the best husband and new family. But damn, I was so embarrassed. Moral of the story, wait till you get to your room to apply said jeweled pasties. Sincerely, the newlywed whore in cabin 4.
You did not need that embarrassment. You didn't deserve that. But thank you for sharing that with us because that was hysterical.
Yes, I love it. God. I want to buy pasties.
I just don't get it.
I know you don't. I don't want to be here. You just keep your mouth shut. You simply don't have to say anything at all.
I'm going to go on Amazon right now and start looking at pasties. That seems too fun.
I love that.
I want to get in on the action.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Also, thank you for writing in. If you want to be part of our show, or to be considered for at least, you can email us at campcounselorspod@gmail.com. I can see you staring at me, but did I say something?
No, I'm watching you speak.
Okay. campcounselorspod@gmail.com or campcounselorspodcast.com. And hit this, I think, the write-in tab. I'm brain dead here. What's going on?
We're doing our best, but we love you guys so much. Thanks for listening. Share the show with a friend. Give us a 5-star review. Do all the magical things if you can. And if you don't, we still love you. We'll see you next week. We'll see you forever. And with that being said, lights out, campers.